So in this video, I'm going to be covering a brand that managed to generate over $4 million in a single year and how they were effectively able to do that from the strategy that they're using, right? I cover the entire funnel and I go through what traffic sources they were using, who they're targeting, how many visitors they're getting to their website, also what ad platforms are they using and utilizing and scaling up in order to get to $4 million in a single year, as well as their organic marketing strategy, basically going through what are they doing on there. And combined with that, I'll be going over their website, how they're converting this traffic, and how you can effectively do the same thing as well. And then I'm going to give you a bonus and cover the email marketing side of things as well. So if you're a brand owner and you're looking to scale, then watch this video to the end because it's going to be very important that you understand all of this. If you keep skipping around, you're going to miss a lot of information and a lot of it won't make sense to you. And you're not going to be able to do this type of numbers, right? You're never going to be able to do these type of numbers where you're doing $4 million in a single year. So watch this video to the end. Don't skip around and make sure that you're listening very carefully, okay? Because this is going to be a very important video that you will watch when it comes to trying to scale your brand, okay? So to start off, right, my name is Sammy. I've been able to scale brands to 6 and 7 figures, and I've been doing this for the past 5 years now. And I've been primarily focusing on meta ads in particular, but also helping out with the website optimization, the creatives, and email marketing. So there's a full funnel approach. So as you can see here, I've been able to generate $385,000 for a brand, right, who was doing only $50,000 in a single month. And I've been able to do that with another brand where we scaled them to an extra 50 grand per month with meta ads alone. So this is what I've been able to do, and tons of more case studies as well. And I will cover this later, but let's go into the important fucking notes, right? Because at the end of the day, this is for really serious brand owners, okay? This video is not for drop shippers and all this crap, right? Who don't want to start a real brand, grow a brand, and are not pretty much making any money with it and have a tight budget, right? This is only for brand owners who have a large budget, because how on earth are you going to be able to execute on these strategies, which the top brands are doing because they have the capital to leverage, right? If you don't have the capital, how the hell are you going to create a world-class website? How are you going to get the creatives that you need to make effective email marketing campaigns and run effective ads? Okay. And how are you going to do organic marketing without the right creatives? Okay. So this is not for cheapskates, not for brokies, whatever you want to call it. This is for brand owners who have the capital, okay, who are able to scale and are not scared to invest, okay? If you're scared to invest, click out this video right now and go watch a dropshipping video, whatever you need to do. Go get a 9 to 5, go work a 9 to 5 and make the capital, right? But this is for serious brand owners, okay? I don't work with brands who are not having the capital to invest, okay? This is not a game, okay? This is serious business, right? You need to have the capital, okay? I made it very clear now, okay? So I'm not going to lie to you. Like I said in the last video, if you haven't watched that, go ahead and watch it after this video. And you'll never get to this level with a shitty budget, okay? You need to have the budget so that you can sort of accompany and sort of plan for the future, okay? And be able to invest. Now, watch this video to the end and rewatch it again, because I'm going to be covering a lot of stuff here which you most likely won't understand the first time. So it's very important that you go ahead and digest the information and then come back and rewatch it, because once you watch it a second and third time, what's going to happen is you're going to understand a lot of these concepts, right? And it's going to make a lot more sense to you. And then you're going to want to head and book a call because you understand that I can help you out with your problem, which is scaling your brand to the next level, okay? So you're going to want to do that as well. And again, it will provide a ton of value, okay? And like I said in the last video, whatever brand you see here, okay, in this case is Alpen Beauty, right? It doesn't matter that this is a beauty brand. The concepts still apply to whatever brand you are currently having, right? Whether you're in the fashion, health space, whatever it may be. It can apply to clothing brands, doesn't really matter, homeware brands, whatever, jewelry brands, doesn't really matter. The concepts still apply to those type of brands. So don't think that this doesn't apply to you. It does apply to you. It does work. These strategies do work. And I see it work with the brands I'm working with right now who are doing hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month. And they're all from the fashion, health, and beauty space, homeware space, etc. So it does work. So you won't have to worry about that. And lastly, if you can't watch a video for 10 fucking minutes, then again, click off this video, because that's the least you can do with this video, okay? Now, you've been watching for 5 minutes. You need to watch this video for the extra 45 minutes I'll be doing this video for. And if you can't do that, then you're not a serious business owner and you're not going to succeed because you're not able to do the basic things, right? And this is, again, this is not a joke, right? You need to be able to concentrate on things that actually matter, which is gaining the knowledge that you need in order to scale your brand. Okay. If you're going to go ahead and watch something else, I don't know what you're going to watch or go on TikTok, Instagram, what cat videos. You can go ahead and do that. But at the end of the day, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're actually doing me a disservice by clicking off this video very early, because I put a lot of effort into this content and it's going to reduce the watch time. It's going to fuck up the algorithm, right? So make sure you watch to the end, okay? So let's get straight into it. So this brand is called Alpen Beauty, okay? They're an American beauty brand, and I've covered a lot of other beauty brands in previously. So, but this one is rather different. For example, I covered Verse as well, the beauty brand, and I've covered a few others. But this one is quite more unique in how it's branding, how it's targeting, etc. So, and they're only doing $4 million, right? It's still a fuck ton of money, and they're still doing over $300,000 every single month, right? But they are doing less than the brands that I've covered who are doing multiple 8 figures, right? Every single year. So that's what they're doing, okay? So this should be more relatable to you, okay? If you're not doing this types of numbers, right? You're not aspiring to do multiple 8 figures right now, then this is more applicable to you because this is a smaller brand, but it's still very successful. So Alpen Beauty is the name, and they were founded in 2018, so very recently, okay? Now, a lot of brands that you see that are scaling to multiple 7 and 8 figures, right? They were founded much more earlier, right? In the 2010s, even 1990s. But this brand has only been founded, what's that, 7 years ago? So they're really recent and they've been able to scale quite well. So as we can see here, this is what traffic they've been bringing into the website. They've been bringing only 16,000 visitors every single month, okay? And they're doing pretty much $4 million every single year. So how are they doing that? It's because they have an effective marketing strategy, right? Using Meta, using email marketing, right? And organic marketing strategy as well, where they're bringing in visitors who are highly converting, and that's causing them to get higher revenues from the amount of traffic that's coming in. So the amount of revenue per visitor is very high, okay? So that's how many visitors they're bringing in, okay? This may not be, 100% accurate, but it's very close to the, sort of 90% accurate, right? So you get the idea, okay? Now the bounce rate is 44%. This is roughly average of what we see with brands, right, in the fashion, health, and beauty space, whether ecom brand, whatever. And ideally you want to be lower, but again, this is not going to make or break your business. And in terms of the pages per visit, there's roughly 2 pages per visit. So even though this is like on the normal side, below average side, really, it's still allowing them to generate over $4 million per year. And that's because they've been able to effectively keep these people coming back to their website and then eventually purchase, right? So this is very important, right? Even despite it being a low number of pages per visit, it's still not going to make or break your business. But ideally, you want this to be higher. Obviously, we covered a lot of other brands who have much higher metrics on that sort of time on the landing pages. For example, Verse, if we look at what they were doing here, they were doing over 1 minute as well. So you get some brands that do very well, some brands not so well, but it's not make or break, right? So you don't want to worry about this too much, but there is a correlation between how much money is generated and how long they stay on the website. As you can imagine, if somebody stays on the website for much longer, it means that they're going to get more acquainted with the brand, they're going to understand the products better, and as a result, they're going to be going down the funnel, right, and then eventually purchasing. If they're only on the page for 30 seconds, they're not getting a chance to understand what products you're selling, what the prices are, the reviews, the ability for you to handle their objections, and as a result, they're just going to bounce and go back where they came from. So obviously, it's very important that you have a very high average visit duration. So obviously, there are different things that you can do to increase it, which I'll cover later. Okay, so in terms of the geography, you can see here they are targeting the United States as expected. Again, it's 32%. Now, this is where something which they can improve upon, to be fair, as they only targeting a third of their traffic is coming from the United States. The others are coming from third world countries like Indonesia, Peru, Chile, even Switzerland, right? Switzerland is first world, but they're not really English speaking. So ideally, they would want to target the top four, which include United States, Canada, Australia, and United Kingdom. And that will help them to generate more revenue because obviously English speaking countries, if they're promoting their brand in English, then they're going to be targeting highly affluent countries, which means more chance for conversions, right? So this number should be higher. This number should be at least 50 to 60% at the very minimum. But in this case, they've not been able to do that. And as a result, that's why they've only been able to generate $4 million in a single year, right? Which is still a lot, but they could be generating a lot more. So that's something they can improve upon. And in terms of the traffic sources, you can see here that they are targeting, or they get a lot of their traffic from search, okay, which includes organic and paid search, right? And they're also getting it from direct. So direct is effectively people who are actually typing in the URL in their search bar. So they go directly straight to the website from their browser, right? And then we've got display ads. This is also Google ads, basically retargeting ads, which you will see on Daily Mail, for example, other external websites, right, like Forbes, etc., that you'll see on the side. Okay, so they will place their ads there as well. This is good for retargeting. You can use it for prospecting as well, but it's more or less like an awareness play when you do that. And then you got referrals and then email. Okay, and basically what we see here, this is desktop only. So what we're seeing is that obviously social will be at least 50%. For some reason, they haven't recorded it correctly here, right? Because at least 3%, 4%, 5% should be coming from social. But on mobile, there'll be a lot more traffic coming from social. So as you can expect, when they run these ads, which are covered in a bit. So that's what they've gone ahead and done. And this is the way they've been able to generate $4 million, okay, in a single year. Now, if you didn't understand any of that, then you need to go back and watch this video again, okay? Go back to this last part and watch it again so you understand it, okay? And this should be able to set the overview and the tone for what they've been doing and the strategies that they've been using going forward, right? So now that we covered that, the next step that they implemented, or the next thing I'm covering, is the top of funnel ads, right? So these are the ads effectively that they're running on Meta, and Meta is a major driving force for them being able to scale to $4 million, right? This is where they get a lot of people exposure for their brand, right? People who have never heard of the brand before, will effectively see these ads and they will come to the website and then purchase, right? But if they had never run these ads, they will never be able to generate $4 million, right? Like I said, I've been able to generate $385,000 for this brand, okay, in the fashion, health, and beauty space. And we did this primarily with Meta ads. There wasn't really any other types of ads that were running, okay? They were doing email marketing as well, which you need to be doing anyway. But the only way they were able to scale to these numbers was because they're running Meta ads, okay? So you need to have a Meta ad strategy, right? Because it's very effective. All you need is an effective strategy, and you'll be able to generate $50,000 extra, for example, with a 3x ROAS, right? Which is on lower side, to be honest. But what you need to be doing is actually running these ads, which I consult on. I provide consulting on this, right? And I help out with making sure that the marketing strategy is the best as possible for your brand, and make sure you maximize the ROI, maximizing scalability, and that will allow you to generate more revenue and multiply revenue month on month. Okay, so in terms of what they did specifically, we can see here that they are using a image ad. Okay, they're using image ads, clearly showcasing a discount. This is very effective because people attention spans are very short nowadays, as you can imagine, with social media, TikTok, Instagram. Okay, people are being hit with ads every day. People see on average 90 ads every day, right, if not more, right? So they are going to get creative blindness, right? That's a phenomena where people are seeing ads, but they're not reacting to it because they've seen so many of it. They're overstimulated. And as a result, what happens is they just keep scrolling past, right? They go to more stimulating content. And this cycle continues where they see the most stimulating content. That's why the most viral videos that you see, right, are getting the most views, because it's most stimulating and it's maximizing the watch time that people are on those videos. So in this case, you can see here, they're doing a very simple offer. It's very effective because people are going to see that. They'll see the percentage, right? And people are able to see numbers quicker than words on average, right? When it's visual, they're able to see those numbers, and it's clearly stated that they're going to be saving money here. So that's a very good incentive to get first-time customers, right? Because when it comes to the beauty space, obviously it's very competitive, as you know, right? There's the big brands like Sephora, etc. You know, NYX Cosmetics, whatever sub industry you're in, there's always going to be a lot of competition, right? Because you've got big players in there who are taking up a lot of the market share, and you're indirectly or directly competing with them. So you need to make sure that you have a very good creative, which they do. Okay, so they're trying to get first customers in, right? Because if they don't do this, okay, what's going to happen is people are not incentivized to go ahead and come in and purchase for the first time. They're going to go elsewhere to another sort of beauty brand and buy from them instead because they trust them more. Whereas this brand is less well known, less established, and so they're going to be able to, you know, they're going to struggle, right? And so they've gone ahead and done a limited time 20% off. Okay, select products. Okay, this does increase conversions. So this is something that you can go ahead and implement. Also, they've gone ahead and done a video version. Now, why have they done this? Right? They've done this because video ads, right? They are going to appeal to different parts of the target market compared to video ads, right? And you should be diversifying your creative strategy anyway. You should be having the diversity of creatives because people in the target market react to different things. And you need to be testing these all the time because that changes all the time as well, right? People may react to a video more than they react to a single image, right? So if that's doing better, the video is doing better than the image, then it shows that people resonated with image more, and you can go ahead and create more videos, or you could test different images to see how it competes with the video that was winning. Okay, so this is always an ongoing process, to be fair. So this is something that you need to test. But you can see here that they are running a video. It's 20% off. Okay, do the same offer, right, with the same products. Okay, they have a different background, and they're using the same copy as well. So this is clearly a split test of some sort. Okay, they're testing the creative, right? They're keeping the copy the same, right, and they're not changing up any too much of the offer. The offer is the same as well. Okay, you got the headline, and the description is the same. Okay, limited time offer, and how to get that sunset glow. Okay, it's exactly the same. So they're doing a single variable test, right? They're testing the creative. So you can clearly see what they're doing here, right? They're really testing these, and that's what's helping them get to $4 million a single year when they do this at scale, right? So just bear that in mind. So obviously, they're not just doing those ads; they're doing a lot of ads because to get to $4 million a year, right, you need to be having a good amount of ads, which is why I said you need to have the capital. If you don't have the capital to do this, right, to get creatives, right, and do this at scale, then you don't need to be watching this video. You need to go ahead and get the capital first, okay, and then come back later and then watch the video. Again, if you don't have a few thousand, again, you can do this yourself, right? You can go get the creatives, right, if you have the capital, okay? But you need to know what creatives you need, okay? I help out with the creative direction, what creatives you actually need, because I've seen what works with the biggest brands in their industries, right? So I know what is working right now. So just bear that in mind, right? But you can see here that they're also using UGC content. And this is important because, again, people are going to react differently to UGC content than they will to normal videos, right? Like you've seen here, okay? And again, they're using different models, right? They may be using this model, for example, and they're using other models as well. In this video and in other videos, they're showcasing how to use the product. This helps with pre-selling the target market. And the reason you want to do this is because, again, when you're targeting people who never heard of the brand before, you need to showcase their product, but also educate them so that you make them acquainted with your brand. Once they're acquainted, what happens is they go to the website, and before they even hit the website, they understand what your brand is. They understand how to use your product, right? That's what you want, especially with beauty products, right? If you don't do that, then you're just going to be promoting just your product, like in a very abstract way. People don't know what your product is, and they can't connect with it. They don't know about your brand, and even if they do click to the website, they're not warm enough to buy from your brand, right? At that point. Whereas when you use UGC, they're building trust as well because they're using a creator, right? That imports trust. It imports sort of relatability as well. That's why content creators are so powerful, right? That's why they get a lot. They are called influencers. They influence people. Okay, so that's why they're using this, right? They're not using it because for no reason. There's psychological reasons behind why they're using this, right? From a consumer psychology perspective, right? And they've gone ahead and they've definitely executed upon this very well. Okay, because as you can see, step one, exfoliate, right? So this is a step-by-step tutorial. They're teaching the target market how to use their product. Okay, very powerful, right? So that's what they're doing with that creative. Then you got another creative where they're doing another image ad and they're effectively going ahead and pretty much showing another set. Okay, they're offering free shipping and they're saying limited edition. So they're adding in scarcity, they're adding in an offer, right? And also saying you can save money as well, which is another sort of psychological trick that they're using, right? So they're combining all of these together to have a longer copy, okay? In this case, it's Bridgerton, right? The TV show. And they're using very interesting copy here where they're using a lot of feminine language. Okay, blossoms and vibrant renewal arise. So does our exclusive spring skincare bundle. Okay, elegantly designed. Again, feminine words here. Elegantly for those who seek timeless beauty. Okay, so they're appealing to people's self-interest, right? People want to look beautiful and they want to be timeless with that, right? So that's why they're using this type of language because they're trying to convey that to their target market. Okay, and when they use more complicated language, they're actually going to sort of alienate people who are not sort of keen on that type of language or can't resonate with it. So they're actually bringing in their best customers or they're attracting the best customers that's going to be a good fit for their brand. Okay, so that's what they're going to head and done here. And in this situation, right, in this ad, right, they've gone ahead and done another type of ad, which is very unique. You don't see this often, but it's a very good ad to be running, right? In this case, their bestseller sold out. So what they did is that when it came back in stock, they created an ad where it said, okay, this item's back in stock. You can go ahead and buy it now. And it stated here at the top right-hand corner that had been sold out 2 times. Okay, so this is creating demand for this product, right? It's showcasing, it's providing social proof. Okay, it's showing people that this product is very hot in the market and that you need to go ahead and get it again. And they're implying that if you don't do that, then it's going to sell out again. You're not going to have access to this product and you're not going to get the benefits of it either, right? So you can see best-selling barrier repair cream, okay? And also, it has a badge here, as you can see here. It says National Eczema Association, okay? Why is that important? It's because they're also injecting social proof, right? And injecting trust. They're using a trusted source, a trusted institution, right? And they're associating that with their product. That increases trust, increases social proof. People now feel like they can go ahead and buy this product because it's being trusted by reputable institutions, on top of it being a very hot seller, right? So this is a very powerful way of marketing your products, right? And it is something that you can go ahead and implement. Okay, now that's the creative, and then you have the copy. It says, "Guess who's back? Our super peptide ghostberry cream is finally back in stock." Okay, and then don't let FOMO get the best of you. Okay, so they're basically using the language of their target customer. It's very playful, and it's communicating with them on a sort of platonic level. Okay, and it's really going to appeal to the target market, right? They're also using the word FOMO, meaning that you don't miss out on this opportunity. Okay, fear of missing out. And they go into the benefits of the product, okay, the features of the product as well, and the outcome of using this product, like enhances skin elasticity while combating redness and skin irritation. Okay, so you obviously, once we dissected that, you can see how this is a very powerful ad and why this is converting very well and how this is contributing them to them getting to $4 million, right, in a 12-month period. Okay, so that's their meta ad strategy. And like I said, a lot of brands do this completely wrong. They run it completely the wrong way, and they're unprofitable. They don't make any income, and they're just not able to execute ads properly, which is why, consultants like me here, where I show brands how to run the ads properly, how to go ahead and manage it, because I've been managing it for a long time as well with the biggest brands, and see what they're doing, what they're not doing, what creative strategies they're using as well, because it's not just about managing the account, it's also about having the right creatives and executing upon them in the right way. Okay. Even if you manage your account properly, if you don't have the right creatives at the right time, targeting the right people, right, then you're not going to get the maximum ROI and you're still stagnating your growth. So you need to have the whole package. Okay. And again, with these ads, they are targeting, right, people who have never heard of the brand before, right? They've targeted people who have watched their previous videos or who followed the brand as well. And they also target people who have also purchased, people who have visited the website as well and not purchased. They target all these different types of people, and where they're in different parts of the funnel, and they're targeting them with different messaging. So very, very, very powerful. Okay. Now, obviously, that was a paid marketing strategy, and this is the meta ads, and this is the main driver for them being able to scale. Once they've done that, they've also doing an organic marketing strategy as well. So obviously, they have their paid marketing, and then you have your organic marketing, right? It's important to have an organic marketing presence, okay, or organic presence, because you want to build social proof there as well. It's effectively free marketing, right? Because you're not paying to necessarily get your content out there. All you're paying for is the creative. And that's helping them to also scale and maximize revenue, because you can see here they have 49,000 followers. They've been posting consistently. They have 2,000 posts, right? And they've been posting consistently. They're posting the UGCs. They're posting sort of high production style content. They're posting a picture of the founder, okay, with text underneath that, right, in description, going into the story of the brand. Very important, very powerful. And you see they've pinned it up here as well. And the reason they do that is because they put the most important pieces of content there first, so that people, when they visit the profile, they'll see that first and they go ahead and view it, and they'll get acquainted with the brand, and they'll understand the bestsellers, and then they're more likely to convert. And it also helps them to go ahead and look at the other pieces of content as well that's underneath that, right? They have 2,000 posts that people can go through. If people go through 2,000 posts, right, or a fraction of that, they're going to be more acquainted with the brand. They're going to be more connected with the brand. And if they are more connected, they're going to go to the website and they're more likely to purchase because they build a connection, right? Let's say you didn't have this type of amount of content and the high quality content as well, right? You can't just post anything and expect to, make a good amount of revenue from it, right? Let's say you do have a good amount of content, right? Or you do have good content, but you don't post enough. People will not be able to get, sort of related with the brand, right? They won't get acquainted with the brand. And so they're less likely to purchase. It's going to take a longer time for them to do that because they need to understand the brand more, and they're just going to be in a situation where they're not purchasing, right? And as you know, or maybe you don't, right? There's this sort of rule called the 7-hour rule, where people need to watch the brand's content for 7 hours or so before they go ahead and purchase, or they need to be engulfed in the brand so much that they go ahead and purchase, right? So this is this tactic that they've been using. This is a tactic that other brands, which I've covered in the past, have been using as well. It isn't just Alpen Beauty, right? Other brands that are in adjacent industries, for example, Verse, they had an organic marketing strategy. You can see here, they're a bigger brand, right? But they have a number over thousands of posts as well. So it's very powerful that they're doing that, right? And that's why you need to be doing that with your organic marketing strategy. Otherwise, you're not going to grow organically and you're missing out on a ton of revenue, right? That's free. Okay. So you need to be posting consistently. Okay. You need to make sure that you have high quality content. Whatever you need to do, you may create the content yourself. You can go get influencers. You need to create high quality content. You don't need to pay a lot of money, but ideally you need to obviously have a creative pipeline, and you understand that some of the bigger influencers, right, whether they have over 50K followers, are going to charge a bit more, right? But under 50K followers, a lot of the time, or a portion of the time, they will be happy to have sort of a free promotion, right, in exchange for the product. So whatever you need to do, you need to make sure that you're posting consistently, not just on Instagram, but also on TikTok, okay, and on Pinterest, right? And that's going to help you to grow organically. Now, obviously, they're doing TikTok, and they gain 30K followers, okay? And here they're posting videos. A lot of it is, again, related to the branding. And you can see some of them are not a lot, but it's still good that they're doing that, right? The reason it's not a lot is because the type of content is not the type to go viral, or it's not sort of native to the platform, right? You can see this one is not native to the platform. This one is native to the platform, but in this case, it didn't retain people's attention, right? Which is something that they need to improve upon. They need to get more creative. They need to test more of the videos. If they're looking to go viral, if they're looking to maximize their views, then they need to go ahead and test different concepts, test different influences, test different ideas, so that they're able to, get them watch time, meet the watch time metrics that they need in order to go viral. Okay. So, but you can see here, this one went viral. Okay. So this one, they need to go ahead and replicate. Okay. They need to go ahead and replicate this type of video and be able to use that, and they're more likely to get more views. Okay. 2.1 million views is a fuck ton of views, right? And that pretty much alone would allow them to get to 13K followers alone. So that's how they were able to grow on TikTok. And you need to be on TikTok. As you know, Instagram growth is completely fucked up. Okay. The only way to grow on there, reliably, is to use Instagram Boost. Okay. But that it costs a bit of capital. Okay. And you need to be willing to invest and not expect a return immediately. Okay. But if you want to grow organically, truly, then you need to be on TikTok, because you can get more views on average. You get more engagement, and you're more likely, 100 times more likely to go viral. So you need to be on the platform. Okay. And again, I consult brands on this. If they're having trouble with knowing how to implement a TikTok organic strategy, which 99% of brand owners don't even have, because for some reason they don't want to use TikTok. They're scared of TikTok, right? And they're just ignorant about TikTok, right? For whatever reason, right? They don't understand it. They're not willing to understand it. But you see other brands, they're doing 300K a month, 400K a month organically with TikTok, right? So again, these brand owners, they're not really thinking logically. They're just thinking emotionally, and that's actually hindering their business, right? Which is a different story. But you need to have an organic presence on TikTok if you want to be the top 1%, okay? Because the big brands are doing it, right? I've covered other brands like Reformation. They have over 100,000 followers on TikTok, and that's how they're able to do over $200 million in a single year, when they have a part of that strategy in there. So you need to be on TikTok. There's no real argument here. As you can see, you can go viral. You can get 2 million views if you do things correctly. You start testing, you start posting consistently, right? So there's no excuse for you not to be on there. And if you're making excuses, then you're not thinking logically, pretty much. Okay. So you can also post on Pinterest. Okay. Pinterest is very interesting because it's female oriented. Okay. There's a lot of female users. They tend to be more affluent. So once you're on there, they're more likely to purchase. They can purchase more expensive items, but with beauty products, they will purchase that as well. And you can see here, they post a lot of pins, 200 pins, for example, for Wildcrafted skincare. So they're posting quite consistently, 600 followers is respectable. And you're building a brand presence. So you can repurpose what you post on Instagram and put them on here, right? And that's what's been working for them on Pinterest, right? So that's really good. And on top of that, you could also run Pinterest ads as well. And I recommend that, but you need to be focusing on Meta first, because that's where you're going to get the most scale. That's where the most users are. We've got billions of over 2 billion users on Meta alone, right? So that's what has been driving their growth. And again, I've been able to replicate this for other brands. Okay. If you're interested in being able to scale past these numbers, whatever you may be doing, you may be doing 50K a month, 100K a month, 30K a month, right? But you're bringing in capital, you have proof of concept with your product, then book in a call below and I'll guide you through all of that. But watch this whole video first, because I'm going to cover the website and how they would implement email marketing, which is going to help you scale much further. Okay. So once they've done organic marketing and paid marketing strategy, the traffic that they will generate from those will go to the homepage, right? Or the product page. But a lot of time they'll go to the homepage, and what they will see on the homepage of Alpen Beauty is they will see the hero video. Okay. Now this hero video is one where they have the founder. It's sort of like a story where the founder is coming from the farm, from outside her office and her house. And then she goes into the building and she starts to formulate the products. Okay. And the reason that they did a video like this is because they want to build rapport with the visitor. They want to get them to understand the brand story. And once they understand the brand story, they understand the ethics, the values, the USPs, all this stuff, right? And the origins of the brand, which means they're building a connection, right, with the visitor. And as a result, they're more likely to purchase. Okay. So that's what what they've gonna done here. Okay, they can split test this with like a static where they're showcasing the bestsellers, but this can work very well, right? So if you're a brand owner, you can go ahead and implement something similar where you're talking about the brand, right, origins, or you're showcasing your products, right? So that's what they've gone ahead and done. And after you scroll down the homepage, you'll see that they are showcasing their sort of what as seen on, right? So they're showcasing where have they been seen. They're maximizing social proof, which is going to help them build a brand reputation, right? So they're associating themselves with this entity, right? I know a lot of brands try to use, we've been seen in Vogue, we've been seen in Elle, right, magazine, for example, and that's very effective because what you're doing is you're sort of importing their authority and you're associating yourself with those institutions, those companies, right, those PR firms. So that's what they've gone ahead and done. And then again, people will have more trust now once they've seen this badge and that this brand has been associated with it. Okay, so if you have been featured in whatever it may be, then you want to go ahead and place that on your website. Okay, now after that, they've gone ahead and put bestsellers. Okay, bestsellers shown straight away to get people converting. Okay, now they may have seen the video right at the top here, and they may have not clicked on, right? They may have not clicked on the shop now, but they will come straight down to bestsellers. And at this point, they will likely click on one of the best-selling ads because, or best-selling products, right, that they're shown here. Because they have a lot of reviews. You can see they're using reviews, okay? And that's going to entice people to click. Maybe they're looking for these type of products and, it's a bestseller. So statistically, they're going to, they're likely to click on it and find out what this product is, right? So very effective that you put bestsellers at the top, right, of the homepage so that people can go ahead and convert much more easily, okay? After that, they've gone ahead and put a carousel ad. So they put this here. You can see it says, we don't lock science in the lab, right? They put all of these carousels here because they were trying to further indoctrinate people into the brand, okay? So they're introducing the brand story again. And this leads to the About Us page, right? This is the page where the founder explaining the brand, origins, the story, etc., the values, USPs, etc., right? And this is the whole purpose of this again is to get the visitor sort of acquainted with the brand and understanding the brand, on a better level so they can go ahead and purchase in the future, if not now, okay? So this is what a lot of you brand owners are missing out on, right? You think that you just go ahead and create a crappy website and you expect to make $100,000 a month. No, you need to make sure that you're communicating with your target market effectively, okay? You need to understand what their pain points are, and you need to tailor your messaging to those pain points, all right? So that's what they're doing here. And they're also adding in brand story. They're creating stories. People are evolved to listen to stories and react to stories in a positive way, right? Or negative way, right? Depending on what way you want to twist it, okay? So you need to have all of this different information for them to understand and get acquainted with your brand, okay? It's not enough anymore in 2024 to just keep showing your products, right, without any branding around it. This is a part of their brand identity, right? What they're showing here, this is a part of it, right? They're getting their founder involved. This is her brand. She's a part of the brand. This is the brand identity. Okay, so you need to be doing that. If you're not doing that, then you're just going to be like every other brand and you're not going to make any sales, right? You're going to be stagnating and you're wondering why. It's because you're not understanding what your target customer wants. Okay, so you need to do that. Now, after that, they've gone ahead and promoted more bestsellers, right? They're not just go ahead and bombarding you with sort of blogs and all this stuff, right? Or the About Us page, right? Just pictures. They've gone ahead and still promoting their products, right? Intermittently, right? What they've gone ahead and done here, they promoted a video, then they have the bestsellers, and then they have an image here, a carousel, and then they got bestsellers again. So they're having this approach where they're educating the customer, but also they're also promoting their products as well, right? So this is a very important, strategy that they implemented, and that one that you should implement as well. Okay, and they also use shoppable. Okay, again, women like to browse around website, on a psychological level, whereas men, they just like to get what they want and leave, right? So women like to be sociable on the platform and on the website. They like to see this type of content, right? They're more of an explorative, part of the species. So they are pretty much going to react well to this type of content, right? And Alpen Beauty know this, right? They know their target market is women, right? Younger women, middle-aged women as well. But they know, the Instagrammable content is what's going to resonate with them. So they've gone ahead and put this here, okay? You see why Represent, for example, a menswear brand, they don't go ahead and put shoppable, right? Because they know their target market as well. Men don't want to give a shit about the shoppable, Instagram, and all this stuff. They just want to go ahead and buy the hoodie or whatever it is, and then go ahead and purchase and then leave, right? That's the way men are designed. And then women are completely different to that on a psychological level. So Alpen Beauty know this, and that's why they've got this here, okay? They haven't just put this here just to make it look pretty. No, they put it here for their target market to go ahead and engage with it and maximize the view time, right, on the website, okay? So that's what they've gone ahead and done. And after that, they've gone ahead and put a section, right, showcasing sustainability efforts that they're putting in, right? And this is important as well because they're attracting people who are more eco-friendly, right? They want that to be a part of their customer avatar. So they got ahead and mentioned that as well. This is like a unique selling point. You can see it says our partnership with Nature's Skin doesn't stop at skin, right? Replant, restore, reforest, right? So they're thinking about the environment. This is very good because they are obviously differentiating themselves, but they're also demonstrating that they are doing better for the environment, which is a strong USP that you want to be peddling forward to people who have never heard of your brand before, right? So you're giving them a very good first impression and they're more likely to buy, especially those who are more eco-friendly because they only want to shop with eco-friendly brands, right? If you don't mention this and there's no indication that you're an eco-friendly brand, you're going to be losing out on a ton of money because people nowadays, they want to buy from eco-friendly brands. So that's why they've put that there, right? And they're showcasing that as well. And they can see they're using badges, okay? Very important. They use these badges, again, to visually showcase what they're doing, benefits of their product, cruelty-free, 100% vegan. People care about this stuff. So they have a very good grasp of their target market, and that's why they're doing very well, okay? So after they have gone ahead and added that section, we have the live chat button here, as you can see, okay? So despite all of this information, people are still going to have questions, right? When it comes to purchasing the product or maybe about the brand. And so Alpen are very smart. They've gone ahead and put a live chat and then allowing people to go ahead and find out more about the questions that they have. So once they click on this, they'll be taken to the live chat bot, right? So obviously there's FAQs, right, based on previous data, right, which in this case, Gorgeous, right, that's the app of live chat app that they're using, right? They've gone ahead and listed FAQs that have been asked, right? For example, do you have any discounts available? What products are best for my skin? So you can see they're asking multiple questions, or they're showcasing suggestions for what people should having problems with, because these are pretty much FAQs, right? Now, if once they click on it, for example, I say what products are best for my skin, and then what they'll be introduced to is an automated chatbot, right, who will go ahead and try to answer their questions and provide them options for them to get the answer for. So as you can see here, hi, we're happy to help you with this. What is your top skincare concern? Okay, and they've got like a multiple choice section here where they go ahead and choose what their issue is, and then from there the chatbot can continue to help them find a solution to their problem. Okay, in this case is finding the best products for their skin, right? And again, if their problem is not solved, right, what will happen is there will be an option for them to talk to a human agent, and then that's when they go ahead and talk to a customer service rep. Okay, so obviously this takes up a lot of the workload from the team members on Alpen, right, Beauty, right, from the customer service. So very important. It gives them more leverage, and they have more time freedom and stuff like this to do other tasks, right? And there's less workload, means less employees, means less money is being spent on employees, means more profit, right? So it is very important that they're using automation and they know this, right? So that's why you need to be using an app, for example, like Gorgeous, whatever it may be, right? Utidio, whatever, right? You need to use a live chat app. This is like compulsory so that people understand or I can ask questions. If you don't do this on your website, again, these people won't understand or be able to get their specific questions answered. And so what happens? They leave the website and they'll come back. So you need to have that in place. Okay. Then once they've gone ahead and visited the collection page, or maybe they came from the meta ads, right, which is crucial to them scaling, okay, and they've gone straight to the product page from the ads, okay. So maybe they went from the home page to the collection page to the ad product page, or they came from the ad and they went straight to the product page. Either way, once they hit the product page, right, or the product pages, they will be shown product shot, right, which is the product on a clear white background. This maximizes conversions because they can have a clear view of the product and there's no other distractions, right? So they got ahead and done that. You can see here that they are using a model as well. When you scroll on the carousel, you can see these buttons here. Once you scroll on these buttons, you'll see the product be applied to the model's face. And this will help build trust, helps them have an image of the product, right? How it's used, very important with beauty products. And that's what's helping them boost conversions. Okay. They also have a sort of bar here where they say that you can get 20% off Best in Glow collection, right? Which ideally you want to put, sort of like a shipping offer here, so that people understand that they may be getting the shipping, discount or free shipping, whatever it may be. But in this case, they've gone ahead and done 20% off bestsellers, and they're going to take them straight to a collection page, right? So that's what they've done. And you can see they're using the logos again. Very important that they use these logos. Again, building trust, but it helps visual people see exactly what the benefits of this product is. It's cruelty-free, 100% vegan, glass, no glass, right? Or it's glass, so it's recyclable. And it fits in with the FSC, plastic neutral, right? It's not using plastic and all this stuff, all the shit, right? So they are really showcasing the benefits of the product up front like that, right? And people understand that when they visit the product page, and they're more likely to convert from that point. Okay, so they've gone ahead and done that, and then after that, they've gone ahead and showcase the product. They say it's a new product, so that's going to help people to understand how old this product is. It's a new product, so you may want to get your hands on this, as soon as possible, right? You're the first person to see this product, right? That's what it's conveying, right? So it's very, very powerful. Okay, they're also using review stars. This maximizes trust and social proof. Again, 272 reviews is a fuck ton of views, right? That's a lot of reviews. People are going to look at that and say, okay, this product is trusted. It's got 5 stars, right? This is a world-class product, and I have a lot of trust with this product. Therefore, I'm going to go ahead and buy it. Okay, so that's what they're going ahead and done. And you can see here they have purchase options as well. With beauty, health products as well, I recommend that you do a subscription model, right? So you are promoting a subscription on top of a one-time purchase, and then you want to provide a discount to subscriptions, and that will help you to maximize your lifetime value. You're also maximizing, how much people are spending, right? Over a period of time, and that will help you with your profits, your profit margins. You can spend more to acquire a customer, and it's just a win-win situation, right? Your customer gets more of your products, and that's what's going to help you scale, right? And that's what's helped them scale. Okay, so they got one-time purchase, and then you can get subscription, right? 50% off, like monthly subscription. Okay, so they got to add the back button, and they got buy now, pay later. Okay, well, Afterpay or Klarna, even multiple options, right? There's no, it's making it easy as possible for people to go ahead and buy the product. Okay, and Afterpay and Klarna, they're using these badges as well. Very trusted when it comes to trying to do split pay. Okay, so they know this, and they've gone ahead and done that. They even put in people who want to buy with credit. Okay, so that's very interesting. Okay, and it's very powerful, and that's what I encourage that you have as well. Okay, so, and I pretty much guide people on this as well, by the way. So if you're maybe doing 30K a month, whatever, 20, 30, 40, 50K a month plus, and you need help with sort of these type of mechanisms, or trying to improve the conversion rate of your website, then you can go ahead and book in a call below. Okay, and again, I'll go through that as well later on. But yeah, without this, right, or building a very high converting website, these ads won't work. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Now, obviously, they have the product description. The product description is going to describe the product in a good way, right? You're going to educate people on the product further, the ingredients, so on and so forth. Okay, so you got a full list of ingredients for those who are more savvy, who will want to have an understanding of the full ingredients in the product and help them make a decision. Okay, it's good to have that transparency. Okay, you don't want to be selling, if you're not putting all the ingredients for people to see, you're obviously misleading people, right? So you need to have this. Okay, this is non-negotiable. So after they've done the description, they've gone ahead and put, sort of like upsell product recommendations, more or less. And again, they're trying to increase the AOV. They're trying to get more people to add more to the basket, and giving suggestions as well. They get people to click around on the website, increase the time duration on the website, and by proxy will help them to buy more products and more likely to purchase because they're getting more acquainted with the brand. Okay, so they've gone ahead and added these, and on top of that, they are going ahead and showing, telling them how to use the product. Okay, and you can see here they have a sticky add to cart. Okay, very important. You also need to have that, maximize conversions. Okay, and yeah, that's going to help you tremendously. Now they also have a section where they talk about real results. This is like a sort of section where they're going to talk about what can be expected when you use the product. So it's providing more transparency on what the customer can expect when they use it, and they also given percentages as well, showing the product effectiveness. So that's extremely powerful, right? People are now going to have a very good understanding of what they can expect. Okay, 100% agreed this was improvement in texture. Okay, 92% agreed that their fine lines and wrinkles disappeared, right? Or appear softer and skin was firmer. So with this alone, this is going to give people the confidence to go ahead and buy the product, right? And that's what they need, right? There's a lot of beauty products on the market and they're not providing this type of information, right, with the statistics and stuff like this. So this is giving them an advantage, and they're going to be very refreshed when they see this type of content, right? And this, information, right? Because they feel like they're getting a lot of transparency from this. So this is very powerful, and I highly recommend that if you're able to get this type of information, that you go ahead and display it on your website. Okay. And then obviously they are going ahead and providing imagery. Okay. This is again very powerful. Okay. Not only have they gone ahead and added statistics on the product effectiveness, they've gone ahead and added the before and afters. Okay. With a model, right? They're showcasing, real life sort of before and afters, showcasing what they can expect, right, on a visual level. Okay. This is very powerful. It shows, that how the product is going to be, effective, and just sort of the real life applications of it. And again, highly recommend that if you're able to get this, that you go ahead and display this on the product pages. Okay. And it also displayed the benefits, okay, with more image, graphics. And again, this is very good for the visual people, right? Visual types who like to see this type of content on the product page. And that, again, is going to help them to convert. Again, they're not doing all of this for fun. They're doing this to educate the customer and to maximize trust. They've used reviews. Okay. You can see here, they've used reviews. They've got these trust badges. Well, you could call them trust badges, but they're pretty much badges describing the product and the characteristics of the product. Okay. And that's building trust. Okay. And they've gone ahead and they've added real results. Okay. On top of that, and then they added the before and after. So you got 4 points, 4 pieces of information where they're maximizing the trust with the customer. So at this point, they will have a full understanding that this product works for them, okay, or will work for them. And as a result, they're 100 times more likely to purchase than if all this information wasn't present. So that's what they've gone ahead and done. And that's really, really working well for them. And then they got, again, more detail into the product ingredients. For example, gooseberry, Tasmanian pepper, where they've shown images here to make it look more aesthetic, and it appeals to their branding anyway. So it's fine for them to go ahead and do that. You just keep adding the different material or different ingredients that are in the product. Okay, as you can see. Okay, and then they've got pictures with the model wearing the product, right? Again, this is a very long page. You can see when you scroll down from the top, you're being hit with all these different pieces of information, which is going to, has its own purpose to build trust, to maximize conversions, maximize AOV, right? And to give build rapport with the customer. So it's doing multiple different things at once. Okay, this is very important because, like I said, if you don't have a website like this, then you're not gonna maximize conversions, right, with the ads that you'll be running or that you're currently running. Okay, so they've gone ahead and added all of this, and then you can see they have the reviews here in more detail. Okay, they're going into verified reviews from these people, and they're giving their opinions on the product and the quality of it. And this is what people are going to read, right? This is going to maximize conversions like no other. And again, they're going to the trust is maximized at this point because you've communicated, you've shown a lot of transparency with the product and effectiveness, and then that's pretty much it, right? They're going to be sold. So very important that you have reviews. They also put more product recommendations, and that helps them build AOV as well. So it's very, 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 very powerful that they did this, right? They built a very good product page, and this is contributing to them getting to $4 million in a 12-month period. Okay, and again, it's very powerful what they did. So you need to go ahead and go back and rewatch this part if you didn't understand it, or you need to try and implement it for yourself. Okay. Again, don't watch this once. Go watch it multiple times. Otherwise, you're not going to understand. All this information will go out of your head, right? You just go through one ear, go out the other ear, and that's it. Like, you're not going to understand it. You're going to be stuck in the same position, wondering why you're not able to scale or why you're stagnating. And then when I just gave you the information that you should be applying to your brand, right? So, be very intelligent and apply this information. Okay, so that's the product page. And then we've got the cart page, okay, where people are, well, they're going to add to cart, and they're going to be shown the cart page. Okay, here, they haven't really done much here, and this is, a room for improvement, right? There's no use of upsells, right? Or, samples, whatever it may be. Very powerful that other brands are using. If that I've showcased in my other videos, they're using upsells, sort of showing extra products here, right? Instead of this being blank, they're showing other products that they can go ahead and add to cart. This increases the average order value, and this allows them to spend more money to acquire a customer. And that's why they, this is something that they need to improve upon, because they haven't really done this. And again, they may have done a good amount of upselling on the product page, but they still need to do it on the cart page, because again, the majority of people are not going to take up on these offers, right? Or these suggestions or recommendations that they're showing here, right? They need to be showcasing it as much as possible, right? And that will help them to not only maximize their AOV, but also get people to be on the website for longer, because that's going to get them more acquainted with the brand and therefore purchase. So this is something they need to improve on. Okay, this brand is not perfect. Alpen Beauty is not perfect. Okay, they still have a lot of things that they need to improve upon, but they are doing a good amount of revenue. But this is a way to get them to increase their AOV and get them to have a higher ROAS. Okay, so we just covered the product page, the cart page, homepage, and ads, and an overview of Alpen Beauty. Okay, so like I said, this is a very good, right? And again, they may build an amazing website, but if they don't have the ad strategy, right, the meta ad strategy in order to get traffic in here, right, they're not going to get a lot of sales, because people are not a lot of people are coming to the website because they don't even know about it in the first place, because they're not running the right ads or much ads at all. So you need to be running these ads first to bring traffic to here, and then they'll all convert. Okay, look at the way this website, what I've just gone through, right? The website is very well built, and that's what's maximizing conversions. Okay, and all they need to do at this point is just to keep making more ads. Okay, and then from that point onwards, they're going to be able to scale much further. Okay, because they're just pouring, they're just doubling down on what works, right? So that's what they will, effectively be doing, I assume, that in the occasion that they want to grow. So that's really what you should be doing as well, right? You should be focusing on both. Okay, don't focus on just building the website. You need to focus on the ads as well, the meta ads. How the hell are you going to build a strategy that's going to get people to the website and convert at a high level? Okay, you need to have an effective meta ad strategy, and that's why I help brand owners with. Okay, so you can book in a call below. If you're qualified, you have money to spend. Okay, so that's the website. Now, as I mentioned before, I have a bonus where we go over the email marketing side, because despite having a good website, despite people converting, buying, you still need to get them to come back again. Okay, so if you don't do that, you're missing out on 70% of your extra revenue. Okay, this is like email should be 30% of your revenue. Okay, if it's not, then there's improvements to be made. Okay, with your email marketing. So you can see here that they are running email campaigns. Okay, and you can see they are doing a sale. Okay, they got a hero image. Again, it's consistent with the brand. Is consistent with the brand image, with the branding, and is maintaining extremely well. Okay, and like I said, 20% off. Okay, and this is again synonymous with what they were doing with their ads. You can see very similar aesthetic that they're using with the ads that they are now using with the email. Okay, So this is very powerful because you're building brand consistency. People are not going to be confused with your brand image, and they're more likely to purchase because there's sort of a consistency there. They're more trust built, and you have a strong brand identity which they can connect to. Okay, so they have a percentage of sale to entice customers to purchase. Okay, they may have not purchased already, but they entered the email list, right? One way or another, whether it's via email pop up or maybe in the footer. Okay, where there's an email pop up or where there's an email sort of section where they can put in an email. But either way, they'll be shown this offer, right? They got a clear call to action, shop now, and they tell you when the end date is. So this is to increase urgency, right? So this is very powerful. On top of that, they have the products, okay? The best sellers in particular. And this is to maximize conversions. And that's pretty much, they're giving call to actions below this. They're showing discounts, 20% off, get for 48. Okay, they're showing these offers. Okay, and they also have these trust badges as well. Allure, the Beauty Expert 2020 award winner, right? So they're increasing social proof as well. They're using all these different things, right, to increase social proof and build trust with the customer. So you can see how throughout the whole website and the funnel, how they're maximizing trust. This is why people buy. If you don't do this, people are not going to convert, right? You're going to stay where you currently are if you're not implementing these factors into your brand, right? They've implemented this all the way through their website from the homepage. They put it on the damn fucking meta ads, right? In their creatives, right? I just covered that. If you don't understand that, you need to go ahead and rewatch that part of the video. Okay, they've covered all of these different things in each part of the funnel. So by the time they get to the email, they understand everything. They understand they're trusted. They understand how amazing this brand is, how trustworthy this brand is, right? So at the end of the day, that's how they're making fucking $4 million in a single year, right? They're not doing it just by selling a shitty product. They are connecting with the brand. They're connecting with the target customer, okay, throughout the funnel, okay? So that's how they're doing $4 million, okay? They're not just running a fucking drop shipping product and then fucking running money, spending money on TikTok ads. No, they're doing it the real way with a long-term brand, with brand equity, with a brand that is actually connecting with customers that builds good products. Okay, so like I said, if you're a drop shipper, whatever, you shouldn't be watching this video if you're not building a real brand or not making money with the brand, right? If you're doing drop shipping, go watch drop shipping videos. There's many of them out there. You can make some money, but it's long or short term, right? You're selling drop shipping products from China, like, come on. So, like I said, they're doing that. They've maximized trust. Okay, this is how you differentiate yourself from all the dropshippers and all these shitty other brands out there as well. They're not making any money, and this is how they're making 4 million. How many brands do you know are making 4 million? Okay, they're making 4 million because they're doing things that the 99% of brands are not doing. Okay, that's why 98% of brands fail, because they're not even implementing all of this stuff, right? And they're wondering why they're not able to make any sales, right? So again, if you're making 30K a month, 40K a month, then you need to implement this even. Okay, all of the different concepts I mentioned. And again, they're doing this in the emails as well. They're adding benefits and perks, right? They got a rewards program, free shipping over $50. Okay, that's going to incentivize people to go ahead and add more to their basket, which means they're spending at least $50, per order, which means they're making more profit, right? You give $10, get $10, okay, like referral program, okay? And they're also getting people to send messages to them, right? So they can respond to it, whatever it may be. So that's what they've gone ahead and done. And this is how they're making $4 million in a single year. This is just one of their email marketing campaigns. They do many others, a lot more diverse, but this is sort of like what they do in with the sale, right? They have other sort of email marketing. But again, if you want help with your email marketing as well, again, book in a call, right? Because like I said, I'm seeing what works, what isn't working. And this is really the sort of process that they're implementing to get to $4 million per month, per year. So like I said, you need to have everything in place. You need to have the meta ads in place, okay? And you need to have the creatives in place as well that actually is high quality, that is, has the brand image, right? This resonates with your, that is cohesive, okay, with your brand image, that actually touches on your target customers' pain points, right? And you obviously need to be targeting the right people. If you're targeting people from India, for example, you're not going to make any sales, right? You need to be targeting people from the United States, UK, Canada, Australia, whatever it may be, whether even if you're an EU brand, you can target natively, but you need to be targeting the countries that have disposable income. You need to be targeting countries that are buying online. Okay, so you need to be implementing that. You need to be implementing an organic marketing strategy. Okay, which will help you in the long term. Again, dropshippers and all these other fucking brands who are not making any money, they're not doing this. Okay, because they're trying to make a quick buck, right? But they're not thinking 1 year, 2 years, 5 years down the line where they'll become the size of the Alpen Beauty, where they have 50K followers, right? All real, right? No fake bullshit. And they'll be doing a fuck ton of money, okay? So you also need to have a high converting website, okay? This is recapping it now, right? You need to have this type of website where you have people being educated. They're hitting with loads of different, different things, right? Which they're taking in, and they're helping them to get acquainted with the brand. Okay, you need to have a very effective product page, right? We have all these different things that's going to convert people on the product page. Okay, and then you have a cart page. Again, make sure you have upsells, right? And then you have the marketing campaigns and flows, right? Make sure it's optimized, because again, a lot of people don't even run email marketing campaigns correctly. They just, even though they do flows, and then those flows don't get any click-through rates, right? So you need to implement that properly. Okay, that's very technical. If you need help with that, again, book in a call, and we'll see if you could fit. But yeah, that's pretty much how they got to $4 million. And again, they also do the retention model as well, where people go ahead and click on the link, they go to the product page, and they go ahead and purchase. They see more emails, they purchase again, and so on and so forth. It becomes a vicious cycle, and that's how you maximize your lifetime value. Okay, brands out there, okay, they're not even thinking this way. They're just thinking to just get one customer and that's it. No, the biggest brands in the world and the brands that I've been working with, they are utilizing email marketing to get people to buy again and again and again and again. Okay, they're spending thousands of dollars on $50 products, right? Because they keep coming again and again and again, right? And they're buying again and again, right? And that's how you're going to maximize your profits, right? Because again, ads are getting more expensive, okay? People are running meta ads, okay? Your biggest brand competitors are running meta ads, okay? So you need to have effective creatives for a start. And even then, it's too expensive. So you need to have another means of generating profits, okay? And email marketing is the best way to do that, right? Besides meta ads, okay? And that's going to allow you to get people in, and you keep people on your email list because it's pretty much free at that point. All you need to do is pay for Klaviyo subscription, and you're still going to make a fuck ton of money because these people are coming back again and again. Okay, you can market to them a few times a week, right? With your flows, your automations, right? And your campaigns. And they'll come back, again and again, right? As long as you're marketing it properly, right? They're doing a sale here. Okay, this is like a very limited time sale. So that is what they're doing. Okay, so that's how they're making $4 million in a single year. Now, in terms of, what you should do, like I said, I've been able to generate $385,000 for a brand in the fashion, health, and beauty space, an e-commerce brand. And again, this was done with the strategy, or a very similar strategy done with what I've just gone through. Okay, so if you don't understand the strategy, you need to go ahead and watch this video right now, okay, or at another time. Preferably you do this right now so you don't forget, because this video is very valuable. It just provided a blueprint that you can go ahead and replicate that's going to help you to scale your brand. Okay, so that's effectively what I've been able to do with this brand. Okay, they were at 50K a month, they scaled to this number, and I've done this repeatedly. Okay, this brand is 64K, 70K, right? And I've done this for meta ads specifically. Okay, this is on the lower end. I can't even show you the case studies where the bigger brands, right? What the numbers those bigger brands are generating. They're generating a fuck ton of money, right? It's insane. So this is like on the lower end, right? We're seeing a lot more revenue being generated with a similar strategy, right? So this is what I've been able to do, and you've seen by the video the amount of information I provided. Go ahead and watch the video again if you didn't understand it, and go ahead and apply for yourself, right? And again, if you can't do that, then that's one option, right? If you can, go ahead and implement it for yourself, go ahead. But that's going to take you multiple years to do, a lot of trial and error, and a lot of mistakes going to be made, a lot of money is going to be wasted, and you're going to be in a lot of stress as well as a brand owner. You'll be wondering, how the fuck am I going to be able to do all of this, right? Which is, the whole point, because it's a complex operation, right? This is not meant to get every brand to do it, right? As in, Not everybody's going to be capable of doing all of this. That's why these brands get help. This is why these brands get consultants to help them. Okay, this is why these brands get agencies, even though agencies are sort of like a short-term solution, because agencies, once they come in, again, they only care about just getting, retainer, and then effectively, keeping you on a retainer. They work with multiple other brands from completely different industries, and they don't really care about you. Okay. Whereas if you work with a consultant, right, then you're going to get tailored strategies, right? They're going to be working with you, and they're going to be providing the resources that you need in order to go ahead and implement it for yourself, and it'll guide you on how to implement it. So once they're gone, you still have the intellectual property that you need, and you're keeping it to yourself. Whereas with an agency, once they're gone, you're back to square one. You're at zero again, because they've taken all of the information with them. You haven't been able to keep any learnings, and you're fucked, basically. So that's why consultants are better than agencies. So that's what, you can go ahead and do this for yourself, or you can work with me. Okay. So I just said, as I've been through, I help brands with creative. Okay. If they're struggling to know how to make the best creatives, or they need some creative strategy, I help out with that, because I know what works, I know what doesn't work. Okay. I help out with the organic marketing strategy, because again, a lot of brands, they get organic wrong. They're still trying to post on Instagram anyhow, and they're not even on TikTok, and they're not even on Pinterest, even though the target markets are females, right, who have a bit of money, right, for some reason, which is like the main demographic of Pinterest, right? And then I help brands out with Meta ads specifically, because that's the best way to grow. That's the best way to acquire customers, right? Especially with fashion, health, and beauty brands, right, where there's a more aesthetic, they have this more aesthetic branding that's needed, right? And you combining that with the creative, right? You're going to be able to scale very well once you have a very good product and a very good branding as well, which I help out. And then the website, I help out with, the best practices for having the best conversion rate. Okay. Because at the end of the day, you can have the ads, you can have the organic, and have the creative, but you don't have a high converting website. You're just filling a bucket with a hole in it, right? With water, right? You need to make sure you have a good website. And at that point, you'll be generating a fuck ton of money, right? And then after that, you need to be retaining these people, and you need to be effectively having an effective email marketing strategy. And again, like I showed you previously, they will come back and buy again. So, and that becomes a vicious cycle. And this is how the brands are making a fuck ton of money. Okay. So that's what I help brands out with. Now, in terms of the format, basically it's 24/7 Slack communication of the 16-week program. So I help brands out for 16 weeks, okay, to implement all of this and improve their numbers, okay, to get to the desired outcome, the desired revenues. So I also provide weekly Zoom calls, okay, so providing guidance, consulting, coaching, whatever you need in order to get you to that number, because I know I've done it, okay, with other brands. So I know exactly what needs to be done in your situation. And also provide resources which you can keep for yourself. So by the time I'm gone, right, if applicable, then you can go ahead and implement strategies for yourself with your team. And so this won't be an issue for you anymore, whether I'm there or not. So you're not left in the dirt, right, ground, basically zero once I'm gone. Okay, so there's no anxiety around that. So I do all of that with you. Okay, I'm not an agency. I'm not all this. Right? I'm a consulting you. So I'm going to be working with you, but you need to implement this with your team. Okay, you'll be guided with it, but you need to go ahead and implement this. Okay, because you're the brand owner. You should be more motivated than me in scaling your brand. So you should be able to do this quite comfortably. Okay, so book in a call below and see if you're a good fit. Okay, I don't work with everybody because I can't. I don't have a lot of time, and I work with big brands already. So you need to obviously make sure that you are interested in and very invested in the brand. Okay, so you need to make sure that you're making a good amount of revenue. Or if you're at like 10K, 20K, then you need to make sure you have the capital, because if you want to grow, you need to pay to play. This is pay to play now. Okay, it's 2024. You're not going to just make money out of thin air. You need to be investing in order to make money back. Too competitive, and you're going to make sure that you're actually going to grow, in a systematic fashion. Okay. So again, this is not a call to ask me what I do. Okay. I just told you throughout this 1 hour and 14 minutes, okay, what I do, right? And I showcased that, right? And I just went through it a few minutes ago. So if you don't understand that, go ahead and rewatch this video. Okay. You don't need to ask me what I do on the call, because you should have been watching the videos so that you have a good understanding of that. Okay. I don't have time to be telling you what I do when I just recorded this hour video. telling you what I do. So make sure you go ahead and rewatch it. Okay. Now my program is going up as well. Okay. Not only can I not work with anybody, it's growing up. I can't keep, it's obviously a couple of thousands of dollars. Okay. As you know, right? Because obviously you're going to make a lot more back, and you should be making a lot more back. If you're making 20K a month already, like the amount, a couple of $1,000, right, for the 16-week program should be very easy for you to invest in, right? Otherwise, you need to be concerned about, what you're investing in, how your profit margins are if you can't afford that. So this should not be an option of the budget or anything like this. Okay, if you didn't have the budget, you should not be watching this video. You should be focusing on getting the budget in the first place, right? So you can actually invest in your growth. So if you don't have the budget, again, go ahead and get the budget. Don't book in a call, right? Because you're just going to get rejected, and I'm not going to, you're just wasting your time, and it's not worth it. Okay. So I can't work with anyone. My time's limited. It's a couple of thousands of dollars. It's going up a lot of the time, right? Because, people are watching these videos, they're booking in a call, and then they working with me, right? And I already work with big brands already. So my time is, getting dwindling, and I want free time. So, and then, how do you think I was able to learn all of this? Okay. I work with brands every day, the most successful brands in the world. Okay. And I know exactly what works, what doesn't work. And I've showcased this in the video. So make sure you will go ahead and watch it again. Okay. Okay. And finally, if you're not ready to watch my other videos, or you're not ready to book in a call, okay, no problem. Go ahead and watch my other videos. Okay. So you should be watching 7 hours of my content, right? Because without the 7 hours, you're not going to understand the full picture of, how to implement these strategies. You need to rewatch these videos, right? So you have a full understanding. 1 hour is not enough, right? This is not enough for you to understand, in detail how everything works, what you can implement, what you can't implement. So you need to go ahead and watch this video again, or watch my other videos, which I'll link in the top right-hand corner, right? So that you can go ahead and watch those videos and gain more insights and knowledge on how to scale your brand in the most systematic way and the easiest way in 2024 and beyond. Okay. So the link is in the description to book in a call. Okay. Book in a call when you're ready, right? Again, the spots are filling up fast because I can't book everyone. So book in a call, and I'll see you there. If not, click on the next video, and see you soon.